Yes, Casanovians. I was just got back to the London accommodation. Finished second day coaching with Jazz. Big shout out to you, brother. Absolutely smashing it out of the park. Just breaking new boundaries every single day. So I've been taking Jazz through my tried and tested coaching program immersion in London, and yeah, just been having a lot of fun. You know, a lot of transformations, but laughing our way through it, learning as we're having fun, and yeah, I just feel as though the video that I dropped most recently, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but if you haven't seen it, then watch it after you've watched this live stream, because this live stream is going to give you some deeper insights into that video. And I really do believe that I've completely reshaped the way that we all want to be thinking about game, especially when it comes to daytime cold approach. Being able to have fun with this process, like actually have fun with it, removing the unnecessary, right? If you've been in this space for a long time, you've probably been bombarded with so many structures and models and formulas. And look, I think those things do have a place, especially for a beginner. It's like riding the bicycle with the stabilizers on, right? It can feel comfortable. It can give you confidence, like knowing the structure. I appreciate that. But I think if you genuinely want to have these cosmic connections where you don't come across as some robotic PUA, if you want to separate yourself from other guys who are like doing this cold approach thing, especially if you live in a city like London, where I know there are more guys who ply the trade of cold approach, it's about radical differentiation. Yeah, it's about being able to separate yourself from the herd. The video that I dropped where I ask 33 girls for a date in London to overcome my fear of rejection. Just watch that video, like watch it all the way through. I've never felt as good and as in this fantastic flow state as I did in that video. Like what you're seeing there is a culmination of like 15 years of spending time in the social trenches for me to get to that place. Like it looks super simple, right? Just going over to girls, being like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. But the amount of inner work, the amount of external work, the amount of time and reps and just feeling as though I was banging my head against a brick wall, like when I was spending a decade being a magician, yeah, going around parks in the Lake District, approaching people, performing on stages, busking in the streets of Leeds and York, try to like draw a crowd. Like what you're seeing in that video that I just dropped is the culmination of 15 years at this social game, right? It looks super simple, but that's like the surface level stuff, right? But the most important thing that I can give to you, and you might not be in a position where you're actually ready to receive this information right now, and I understand that. I think if you are a complete beginner to this, then the lessons I teach in that video are super valid, but it's like at the moment, you don't know what you don't know. Belief follows action, right? If you're not going out there, if you're not actually approaching, a lot of the stuff that I say is just wanking in the wind for you at the moment. It's like trying to explain color to a guy who's never been able to see color in his life. So you need to live experientially. Yeah, I make these videos to inspire you to get out there, live a life beyond the beige, put yourself through the social fire, and then forge a new identity through the fires of adversity. The most important thing when you're cold approaching, especially, is being action focused rather than outcome dependent, like purely going over to these girls because it pleases you as a man to do so. It's like, I'm a man, you're a woman, and I'm going to come over to make your day, not needing to take anything from them, but going out purely to spread joy, going out purely to spread value, right? Viewing the reps as the reward. Yeah. And that video that I just dropped, it elucidates that. Like I was just in this serious social flow state where I was just ricocheting through the world. I was approaching girls who were with like a male partner. I was number closing girls who were with their mom. I was doing it all, right? In the space of like 2 hours, I'd propositioned 33 girls on a date with me, got 5 closes. And I think that video is by far the best video that I've ever made. I think it's the best video that this entire cold approach industry has ever seen, right? I truly believe that, because what I demonstrated there was it's the removal of the unnecessary, right? Like when we strip it all back to its essence, all cold approach really comes down to, all game really comes down to, is open and close. Yeah, it's just like sales. You open, so you attract attention, and then you close, and then that attention leads to retention, right? So open and close, just boiling it down to its essence, boiling it down to its simplicity. Like, what are we actually doing here? Well, we're going over to women who we find attractive because we want to get dates on demand, because we want to receive love from the feminine, because we don't want to spend our best days all alone thinking what could have been. We don't want to use dating apps. We don't want to be hanging around grotty nightclubs until 3 a.m. We don't want to be mass DMing hundreds of women a day on social media, and we don't want to try and strategically get women through our social circle, because that can often be dramatic and chaotic. It can be long-winded. It takes lots of time. This really is the decentralized skill set of the awake 1%, meaning you have the audacity, the boldness, and the self-adoration to go after what you want rather than settling for what you think you can get. But for me, unfortunately, a lot of guys have been brainwashed by the brain dead into this dehumanization of conversation. It's like, oh, I need to vibe, I need to stack. Oh, has she hooked yet? Push, pull, neg, tease. When I think about France, I think about you with a baguette under your arm. It's taken guys away from the whole point here, right? The whole point is to attract women authentically, organically, naturally, not robotically, not systematically, not formulaically. And the way that, for me, the way that I've done this and the way that I teach to my guys, have fun, right? If you're not having fun with this, then you're doing something wrong. It is actually quite a humorous process, like what we're doing. Yeah, just like going out, chatting to girls, like middle finger salute to society that's trying to keep you boxed in, right? It's kind of funny. It's like, oh, girls like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, sorry, I like girls. Oh, I don't find you attractive. It's like, throw me in hell, I'll find a way to enjoy it. A day without laughter is a day wasted. I think you do need a sense of humor with this whole thing. Otherwise, you just drive yourself mad. Again, it's all exemplified in the latest video that I dropped. But if there's one thing that you take away from that video, have fun. Yeah, just start having more fun with this. Like, good game for me, it's just about having fun, right? The person who has the most cares the least. When a girl can see that you're so detached from outcome, when she can feel that you are so non-needy, that you're focused on the action rather than dependent from the outcome, she feels what you feel. She can smell the abundance all over you. And guys will most likely watch that video and be like, yeah, but Kristian, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm saying what you're saying, but I'm not getting the results that you're getting. It's not what you say. It's not how you say it. It's who you are when you say it. And this is why it's that inner work. That's why it's so fucking important. If you've not done any, or you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, like inner work, what the fuck's inner work? Download my free course. It's called My Most Fuckable Man course. That teaches you step by step how I built bulletproof inner game and also developed fuckable outer game. Like how I actually became the most fuckable version of myself. Like, that's all this comes down to. Become the most fuckable version of yourself. Operate from a place of wholeness rather than from a place of lack. Have as much fun as possible throughout this process. Surround yourself with like-minded guys. Surround yourself with winners. Surround yourself with positivity. People who actually lift you up rather than bring you down. And then use this thing that we call game simply as a way of expressing yourself to the world. Simply as a way of delivering the value that you built to the world. But just don't take this too seriously, right? One day it's going to be space dust and ashes. Yeah, eternity's a long time and we're too long dead. So whilst we're alive in the flesh, let's just enjoy ourselves with this process. That's what I did on that groundbreaking, game-changing, reality-shattering video that I just dropped. That's what I did. I went out into London like, do you know what? I'm just going to have fun with this. I'm going to boil it down to its essence. You look great, let's go on a date. You look great, let's go on a date. You look great, let's go on a date. Not needing anything from anybody. Watch the video. It's on my homepage on the channel. Go watch it. Drop it a like. If you haven't done so already, download the free courses. Love yous.